6, we're back again. Kristi and Katie, your crime time friends. Stories, justice, laughs collide. True Crime Squad, come join the ride. Grab the clues, let's take a stand. For victims' voices, hand in hand. True Crime Squad, it's time to shine. Season 6, your turn, your time. True Crime Squad, where justice meets hilarity.
Hey everybody, welcome to the True Crime Squad. I'm Kristi Brower, here with my sister, co-host, and partner in crime, Katie Weaver. Hey Katie.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going good. Another interesting day in Adelson world, but but I'm good.
Right? Things are
had
heating
this
up.
gorgeous, like overcast, kind of folly feeling day.
Cooler, love it.
Beautiful.
Loving every second of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled because I want it to be fall. This weekend we were texting each other back and forth, Katie and Kara and I and our cousin Amy, and we're all drinking pumpkin spice and cooking in crock pots and we wanted
making
to
soup
fall.
and yes.
I got to show you because I'm working feverishly upon my Halloween collection from Fidget Whimsy. And this is one of my, I'm calling them bag charms for this year. I mean, they can be a keychain, but a lot of times people are hanging cute stuff on their bags and their backpacks and stuff now. So
yeah.
This little feller is going to be one of them. He's a
cute
pumpkin pixie. He's so cute.
Oh, he's adorable.
Turned out so good. Yeah, love it. So I'm having fun with that.
You know, I was at a tattoo convention this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And there were some people there that had Labubus that they tattoo on.
What?
Yeah. They had the only one they had left. I guess they'd sold the rest of them, the tattooed ones. So they had one left so that somebody could like tell them what they wanted on it. And then they'd do a little ink on it. Yeah.
How funny.
So funny. And so we stopped and chatted with them and they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm a true crime podcaster. And I've covered twice recently Labubu heists. And they're like, yeah, it's gotten to be a big thing. And anyway, but yeah, they actually tattoo Labubus. So I got to see one in person and touch it. They're very soft.
How do you tattoo a Labubu? It's a stuffed animal.
Well, they have like plastic hands and feet and face.
Oh, well, yeah, they do. That's true. Oh, so they tattoo on the, okay.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty cute.
Yeah. I wish I had seen one tattooed. I only saw the blank one, but... Wow. And I didn't really want to buy it and have it personalized because, I don't know. I just didn't.
The Labubu craze is something.
It's sweeping the nation.
I'm not sure what it is, but it's something.
It was the most interesting part of the tattoo convention, I have to say.
Really? Oh.
It was not as fun as I thought it would be.
I expected it to be really cool.
I did too. And it was kind of, Scott got one of his pieces touched up. And that was the only thing anybody did. Yeah, his fish, his memorial fish from our parents, has lost all the purple twice. So this guy was like, I can pack purple in there and I have a really good purple that will not fade. So we'll find out. But
nice.
That was kind of it. It just, I don't know. Nearly every one of them, it was all like American traditional art. Like all of their flash and stuff. And I don't hate it, but it's not something I would put on me, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm really healthy enough right now to get a tattoo. I wasn't going to anyway. But I have too many stupid things going on to also have to go to the doctor with a terrible infection because I got a tattoo. So I decided you should just not right now. But
there you go.
Anyway, yeah.
I know a lot of people love American traditional, but like there weren't any witchy tattoo artists there. Come on.
No, not really. It was like practically all American traditional. So anyway, it was fine. It just wasn't my jam, but I did get to see a Labubu. So come on, man.
I'm impressed. And
it was
I had no idea they could tattoo Labubus, but that's pretty cool.
Apparently so.
Well, on another note, which is the reason we're actually here.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Donna Adelson trial, day 3.
Yeah.
Things are heating up for old Donna. The frying pan is getting hot. I'm starting to hear the fat crackling.
The hell's getting hot. Yeah.
Yeah. It is. There's some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get started. We have quite a few things to share with you. We're just kind of picking the things that are the most important. We're doing this a little differently than the way we've covered other trials, rather than go through absolutely everything that happened, because it's a lot. We're
Mm-hmm.
just picking, like, these are the most important things.
Yes.
So this morning, we heard from Jeff Lacasse. And Jeff Lacasse was Wendy Adelson's boyfriend leading up to the murder of Dan Markel.
Yeah.
And he had some first of all, smart, cool
Yeah.
guy. She fucked up not keeping this one, although he
Mm-hmm.
really realized what a loon she is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Lucky
Yeah,
for Jeff, he got the hell out of there. Yeah. With his
he did,
life,
and I'm quite happy with him. Yes, because literally,
and not
it's
going
pretty
to prison.
clear that they did actually try to set him up. That he was part of the plan, which is so crazy. But I'll just let him explain that to you. So I have a couple of clips, so you can just kind of hear some of the things that he witnessed, and then sort of things that he figured out after the fact. That are scary as hell. Oh no, Donna did not pick Jeff out. Donna did not like Jeff because Jeff is not Jewish. And weirdly, Wendy thought she was hiding the fact from her family that she was dating him, except that he had met her family several times and knew that he was there. And I don't know, crazy.
Right.
Sort of was pretending like he was a secret when he was like, I met her whole family. They knew we were seeing each other. I don't know what the hell.
I couldn't decide if that was just kind of part of her game.
There was a lot of game.
Because there was a ton of gaming. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he was great. But I'm grateful for him that he got away from this idiot. So
yeah,
let's hear from Jeff Lacasse about what kind of some of his experiences.
I'm going to approach and show you a text message that was sent on June 28th of 2014. And I've marked it as States Exhibit 141. Have you ever had a chance to review this text message before?
Yeah, you showed this to me last week.
All right, and this message had never been shown to you before last week, right?
Right.
And it's been testified that this was from Wendy Adelson to her brother Rob Adelson, but it concerns you.
Yes.
Is there anything factually incorrect in what Wendy Adelson is stating in that text message?
Well, when she says I haven't told mom and dad about me, I met them multiple times. It's impossible that they didn't know we were dating. For example, I was aware that Donna wasn't thrilled that I wasn't Jewish, so that doesn't add it. This doesn't make sense to me in terms of like seeing me for 6 or 7 months.
So in that text message, she's saying, that you're a secret boyfriend from the parents. Were you a secret boyfriend from the parents at that time?
It's implausible. No, I don't think so.
In fact, you'd met the parents several times.
Yeah, and had conversations with them, limited conversations, but conversations. And the other part that's, I think, really significant is the kids talked about me constantly. I have all kinds of text messages and emails where Wendy's mentioning the kids are down in South Florida talking about me.
Judge, at this time, I'd ask to move into evidence states 141.
Any objection?
Can I see that, please?
No objection. States 141 is admitted at this time.
Okay, I want to draw your attention next to a disagreement that occurred with Wendy Adelson on June 29th of 2014. Do you recall that incident?
I do.
Okay. And at that time, did you confront Wendy about some suspicions you had that she was seeing other men?
Yeah, that was part of it. That was the main part of the disagreement. I also had spent the last 2 or 3 months concerned that she seemed to be stringing me along.
Where did the fight occur?
The fight occurred in Gainesville.
Okay, and I say fight, it was a verbal disagreement.
Verbal disagreement, and argument's not even the right word. We just exchanged words, yeah.
Okay, and did that exchange of words lead to an awkward drive together back to Tallahassee?
It did, a very awkward drive back to Tallahassee.
And that was,
That's the morning of it's the 29th or 30th. It's the 30th, the morning of the 30th.
morning of June 30th.
Yes.
Okay. And after you parted ways, once you returned back to Tallahassee on the 30th, what was the status of your relationship over the next couple weeks?
Yeah. Well, we left that, when I left on the 30th, when he was clear that it wasn't over, but it wasn't great that we'd had this exchange either. So over the next couple weeks, we had phone calls, text messages, video chats with the kids. My take was, seems like it's probably going to be okay, but I didn't know for sure. It did string the relationship out another couple weeks when it easily could have ended.
When was the next time you saw her in person?
July 13th.
All right, so about, I guess that's the Sunday before the murder, is that right?
That's correct.
And where did you see her?
We went to dinner and a movie. I picked her up at her house at Aqua Ridge. We went to dinner and a movie and then returned there.
Okay, while we're on the topic of Aqua Ridge, I'm going to approach and show you what's been introduced in evidence.
Donna looking particularly not good today, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. This is her worst day by far.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. We'll get back to this in just a second, but something I don't have video of, but that I did want to share is that at one point, Jeff starts talking about a conversation that he has with Wendy, where Jeff is a social work professor. He has a PhD. He teaches social work.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts asking him, at what age do children have like full memory of the things that have happened in their lives?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a huge
Mm-hmm.
there was a huge kerfuffle, let's just say it that way.
Yes.
Big objection. He then came back and tried to answer it again, sort of saying that it was like 5 or 6 really, and he sort of started to talk about it, and then they objected, and they had to have a big sidebar and take a break and all this stuff. Well, it turned out to be a discovery violation on the part of the prosecutor, where I know I'm echoing and I don't know why. I can hear it too. I'll try to fix that as we're talking, but the defense freaked out about it, and then they did come back and say, the prosecution came back and said, oh, sorry, I screwed up. That I shouldn't have asked about that. That wasn't in the discovery. That was my mistake, and it wasn't intentional. Oh, hell, I switched mics, and I don't think it's better, is it?
I don't know. It wasn't echoing for me anyway.
Oh, I can hear it myself.
Oh, Tracy
Is
says
better?
it is better.
Okay. So apparently that conversation never got into the discovery for the defense, and so we didn't get it in. Here's the problem, though, and you see defenses do this all the time, and I think it's kind of funny. They will freak out about something and make a really big deal about it, and then they'll win. And all they've done is just bring a great deal of attention to what was said.
Oh, yeah.
So everyone's like, ooh, was she thinking about, like, what would it be if my son's father was killed at this time in their lives? Would they remember that? How, it was heading in that direction.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting. That happened. So let me get back to this, but that was something I realized we wanted to talk about. But yeah, the defense accepted it as just an accidental thing, and the prosecutor was very sorry, and then that was it. But I mean, the jury did hear it.
And it is a discovery violation. It's not good.
It is. Yeah, it's not great. There is still an echo. I know I still hear it too, so I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and watch the rest of this video.
All right, we'll circle back to Aqua Ridge. So we're on the disagreement, didn't see her for a while, saw her on July 13th. And you were at her residence. What was the plan for that evening?
I didn't know. It was just to spend time together and maybe talk about the relationship some, but we were conversing, we had conversations.
Were the kids there that night?
They were not.
Okay, so it was just the two of you at the residence?
Just the two of us.
All right, and did the subject of relocation come up?
Yes.
In what context?
It came up in the context of whenever Wendy got back from Miami, she was always very upset about the fact that the relocation had previously been denied. I mean, it had been legally denied, but she wasn't over it. It was a constant refrain about how much she hated Tallahassee. So we're talking about the future relationship, and I'm asking, are you going to be here? Because with the constant complaining about how hard it was on her parents to transport the kids and just the constant complaining, I was just thinking, is she even going to be here? Is it worth trying to push forward in the relationship? And she said the only way that I'd ever relocate is if something would have to happen to Danny.
Subject to the same ruling at sidebar. The objection is overruled pending the other matters that do have to be addressed. You may continue, Ms. Kappelman.
Please repeat your answer.
Yeah, the only way she'd ever be able to relocate is if something happened to Danny, was the first statement.
Okay, and did she mention anything further about something
Well,
happening to Danny?
Can I give the context before the next?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was getting a little tired of this whole drama around the relocation. And so I pushed back on Wendy a little bit and said, like, you're going to have to kind of make your peace with this. You're going to have to take some responsibility for this. You're linked to Dan Markell for life. Kind of challenged her a little bit. And she said, well, can I tell you something confidentially? And I said, sure. And she said, last summer.
Same ruling remains. The objection is overruled. You may continue with your answer.
She
Can
said,
I tell you something in confidence?
yeah, can I tell you something? After I challenge her, can I tell you something in confidence? Sure. Well, last summer, my brother looked into all options possible to take care of the Denny Markell problem, including hiring a hitman, and it would cost about $15,000.
Whoa. Well, that's not good, is it?
Right? Not good at all. That is completely wild.
Mm-hmm.
And the defense tried really hard to not get that in.
Oh, yeah. They were fighting
but it
real
had-
tough.
They were, but it had already been ruled on
Mm-hmm.
by the judge, and so they're like, sorry, it's coming in.
Yeah.
Wendy, the reason that he can say things that Wendy said to him is because Wendy is a co-conspirator. She is considered a co-conspirator, and so the hearsay rule doesn't apply.
Yep.
He said $15,000, which, as we know, it turned out to be a lot more expensive than that.
Mm-hmm.
But interesting that she would tell him that.
They should have gone to hireahitman.com. I hear it's cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, you only just go directly to prison and no one dies. It's pretty
Yeah.
great. So yeah, that is pretty damning information. And poor Jeff, then sees that Dan Markel gets murdered
Yeah.
by hitmen. Yeah. So let's hear some more about his experiences around this.
All right, and you provided law enforcement with some receipts and things to prove that you were in Tennessee at the time?
All that, and I got a flat tire, so I ended up getting videotaped at a Kmart. And I know the DPD used that to exclude me with the timestamp on the surveillance footage.
May I have one moment, Your Honor? You were in
It's a
Tennessee at the time?
it's a rare event that we can say Kmart to the rescue, but here we are.
Right. Here we are.
Also, Miss Kmart. Anyway, here we go.
All that, and I got a flat tire, so I ended up getting videotaped at a Kmart. And I know the DPD used that to exclude me with the timestamp on the surveillance footage.
May I have one moment, Your Honor? At some point, did you learn that the killers came to Tallahassee in June, not just in July?
It's not that important that it was important that he was in Tennessee because he needed an alibi for the time of the murder.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll hear why here in a sec.
July.
Yes, when the arrests were made and the documents were released, I learned that, yes.
And did you put together some facts about your travel plans that day that could have potentially made you a suspect on that trip as well if the murder had happened as
Yeah,
planned?
that Friday, I was scheduled to go to a business trip in Gainesville, leaving at 11 a.m. So 2 times in 2014, I leave town on a trip by myself in my car, and both times hitmen are in town trying to kill Danny Markel, once successfully, obviously.
Are you familiar with the type of vehicle that was originally rented by the killers in June to make that June trip?
I am.
And was that significant to you?
Yeah, I mean, this is long after this all happened. I'm learning this from court proceedings in 2016. But when I heard they rented a gray Altima initially, I had a 2004 Nissan Sentra. That freaked me out because that's about as close as you were going to get to my car on the rental market.
I'm going to show you what I've marked as state's demonstrative exhibit G. You recognize this exhibit?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is this the make and model of it's not the actual rental car, but the make and model of the rental car compared to the make and model of your vehicle?
Yeah, my car's right on top. That looks just like the car I had at the time.
Permission to publish G, Your Honor?
You may.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why.
One more moment.
That's why.
No further questions, Judge.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor, just a moment. Morning.
Good morning.
And it's Dr. Lacasse, correct?
Jeff is fine. Mr. Lacasse is fine.
And you testified that it was your understanding that my client, Donna Adelson, was aware of the motion that the state has called the grandmother motion.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how she took that?
it was I'm hearing this stuff from Wendy.
Okay.
Um,
Well, do you know how she took it?
I mean, I wasn't there to observe her reaction. The whole family was upset about every one of these motions, was my impression, information coming from Wendy.
Okay. And so the only person that you spoke with about how the family took things was from Wendy?
Putting Charlie's,
Aside from Charlie in the hospital,
aside from Charlie in the hot tub, it was all through Wendy, that's correct, sir.
isn't it true that you found Wendy, let me find the exact quote. Didn't you find Wendy to be a deeply deceitful person?
Yes, depending on the topic. I mean, that's true. But a lot of the stuff she told me about her family was later released in evidence. I'm talking about the kids getting,
Your Honor, I'd move to strike that response.
Sustained. Mr. Lacasse, you are only to respond to the question that you are asked. Members of the jury, the portions of the answer that were non-responsive you were not considered. You may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's okay, Jeff. We don't mind.
Do your worst, Jeff. Do it.
You yourself do not have any personal knowledge as to how my client Donna Adelson took the grandmother motion, do you?
no.
Isn't it true that you only had limited small talk with my client Donna Adelson?
That's correct.
Now let's talk about the damage to the television that you observed in June of 2014. Can you tell us again how you described that?
Yeah, there was a spider web pattern, like in the center of the screen, and it radiates outwards. Anywhere it's been cracked, it will pixelate. So you can see what's going on, you can track it, but it's not pleasant, and you would never watch that TV. And we watched a whole movie on that TV at Wendy's insistence, which was why I remember this. It was a very strange evening.
Didn't you suggest going to watch the movie on another TV?
Yes, I did. There was a perfectly good TV in the other room. That's correct.
And she made a fuss.
I tried to respect Wendy's boundaries, her house, her kids, so she didn't have to make a fuss. It's an awkward situation dating someone who has, 2 kids, so I'm not insisting on anything. But the kids were whining about the broken TV. That is correct, sir.
Made it difficult to even really watch or enjoy the movie.
That's right.
Now, hear that. That TV was broken in June.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, that TV
Yep.
is Wendy's alibi for the day of the murder.
Mm-hmm.
She's home waiting for Geek Squad to come fix her TV because she doesn't know what's wrong with it, guys.
Mm-hmm.
But she had shown it to Jeff in June and
Yeah.
said, something's wrong with my TV. And he turned it on and he said it looked like somebody just punched it right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So
A taller person, not a kid. He said that would have been somebody that was like 5'6" or so.
Yeah, he said definitely, because she had kind of implied that one of the kids had done it. He was like, you definitely couldn't have. It was way up on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was really interesting, considering that was supposed to be the alibi
Yeah.
for Wendy. But that TV had been broken for that long, weeks.
Yeah.
Their whole relationship sounds so not fun.
Oh,
This
right.
poor guy.
I know. And he was such a good witness.
Oh,
So
he was so good.
clear,
And
well-spoken.
Too good, as you can see, for the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said, a lot of the things that I suspected have been confirmed in, when the trials and all of this started coming out, things that I was worried about turned out to
Mhm.
be true.
And things that Wendy told him. But yeah, he also said that Wendy was a deeply deceitful person, because she is. Just like
Yeah.
Donna, just like Charlie, just like
Yeah.
all of them. Except for
Those
you,
are
Robert,
freaking
not you.
liars.
Yeah.
Not Robert, but also Harvey. We're going to hear about that later.
We sure are.
Holy shit. But next, we hear from Katherine Magbanua.
Mm-hmm.
And Katherine Magbanua, or Katie, she was Charlie Adelson's girlfriend and Sigfredo Garcia's wife.
Mm-hmm.
I know I have an echo, guys. I can't fix it. I have changed out mics. I have changed out headset, everything. It won't go away. I apologize. I don't know what else to do about it. So Katherine Magbanua is the person who set up the hit.
Mm-hmm.
But this testimony is fascinating. When you hear all of the things they did to make sure nobody knew what anybody else was doing,
Yeah.
which is the literal definition of a conspiracy.
Yep.
It is in the law that you don't have to know what someone else is doing. You can still be considered a co-conspirator. This was fascinating. So let's listen. Now, the thing you got to know about Katherine Magbanua is that she's lied her ass off in the other trials. She's lied to the police. She has refused to admit that she had any involvement in this.
Right.
This is the first time, and she's in prison.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time that she is actually, she says, telling the truth.
Yeah. I know.
It seems
like,
most of it
'cause you
seems
hate
pretty
Donna?
true. There are a few things that I'm like, I'm still not sure. But I think a lot of it is corroborated with other evidence. But it's pretty fascinating. So let's hear from Katherine Magbanua.
And did you learn any more details about what needed to be done?
No, ma'am. He never gave me any details.
And so he would just continue to say the same things?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Sorry. He would just tell me that they were going through hard times.
Okay, so the conversations typically were, my family is really suffering under this situation.
Yes, ma'am.
Sustained, did not answer the question, please rephrase.
In these conversations, are you asked, like, have you secured anyone? Are you asked further questions about who's going to be doing it?
No, ma'am.
Did you tell him, like, yes, I can do it?
Yes, I just agreed to it.
Okay.
That I had somebody.
All right. And during these conversations with Charlie Adelson, was there ever a time when he's in the middle of these conversations with you about what's going to happen, speaking to his mother?
Sometimes he would get on the phone, he'd kind of look at me weird, and then just step out of the room and discuss whatever he needed to discuss.
Overruled, she is
Do that.
talking about what took place, not the substance of the conversation itself. You may continue.
All right, so he would step out, have a conversation with his mother, and then come back.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then you would resume the conversation about
Yeah, he
this
would just
harming?
kind of go off again, saying that this needed to be taken care of and what his family was going through.
All right. How many times did this particular situation happen where you were discussing what would eventually become the murder and his mother was interjected in that way that you just described?
How many times did I think he stepped out and
Yes.
speak to him? A number of times.
More than twice?
Yes, ma'am.
More than 5 times?
Yes, ma'am.
So this was like a regular part of the way this worked whenever this conversation came up?
Yes,
He would
ma'am.
consult his mother and come back and speak to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did he ever
Overruled.
relay to you, my mom says whatever?
He never specifically said what he spoke to his mom about. No.
Okay. But did you understand that getting the job done would relieve the stress on Charlie Adelson and his family?
Yes, ma'am.
Overruled.
Did you understand that getting the job done would relieve the stress on Charlie Adelson and his family?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. At some point, did you learn this isn't going to be just harming, like, I don't know, maybe punch him in the face or something? It's going to be a murder.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And do you know specifically when you learned that?
There was an envelope that Charlie had given me one day that I went over to his house, and he told me not to open it, and that he had worn gloves to close it, and that was basically it. And that I was the understanding of to pass it on to whoever I knew could take care of it.
Okay. And when it's pass it on to whoever you knew, the name Sigfredo Garcia is used or is not used?
No, it was never used.
Okay. And is that, when we're talking about this conspiracy in general terms, are you in general trying to insulate the co-conspirator on this side of you from the one over here?
Yes, ma'am. I was basically in the middle.
So you don't talk about Charlie to Sigfredo, and you don't talk about Sigfredo to Charlie?
No, ma'am.
But they both...
Knew that it was to them, yes.
Okay. He said he wore gloves when he put whatever he put in the envelope.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so he told you, don't open it, don't touch what's in there.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And what kind of envelope was it?
It was a manila envelope.
Was there any writing on the envelope or anything on the outside?
No, ma'am, it was blank.
All right. So the envelope goes into your diaper bag, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you take it and Sigfredo gets it from you?
Yes, well, eventually when I came home, because I usually have that diaper bag, that's like my little weekend bag. And when I came home, I contacted Sigfredo and I was like, hey, I have a package for you. Just come by whenever you can.
Did you open it and see what was inside?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did Charlie Adelson say anything to you about where he printed the documents that were contained inside?
He did mention that he would never, he's like, oh, I didn't print this in my, the office that he had in his home. Probably printed in one of the offices that he worked at.
Well, it's in a bag or not?
Yes, in the plastic bag.
Okay, all right, so he gets the bag, and at this point you say you haven't even seen the money.
Yes, ma'am, I did not.
Okay, and then a day or two later, he comes back to you and gives you, I guess, what is gonna be your share, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And at this point, you still don't know Luis Rivera's involved?
At that point, no, ma'am.
You still didn't know?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So you said that Mr. Garcia puts the money into your closet?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And a few days later, you actually go into the closet?
I don't know if it was the same day that, that he put the money there, but a couple of days later, when I had opened the bag, that's when I felt the moisture of the money.
So you didn't touch the money the first day?
I don't recall if I did or if I didn't.
Okay. So I'm talking about the first day that Charlie gives it to you. You didn't touch it that day?
Oh, no, I did not.
Okay, and you didn't touch it the next day. That's when you gave it to Sigfredo.
Yes, because he just grabbed it from the trunk of my car.
Okay, and a couple of days later, he brings you your share and puts it in your closet.
A day or two. It might have been the same day or the day after. He put it
Okay.
in the closet.
And then at some point, you open the bag.
Yes, ma'am.
And inside the bag, you find, it's not very thick, but you find stacks of money that's stapled together, correct?
What's not very thick?
10 $1 bill or 10 $100 bills stapled together. That's not very thick, is it?
It was just in stacks of whatever amount it was. I didn't count it.
It was stapled together, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how much did you get for arranging Danny Markell to be killed from Charlie's request to passing that on to Sigfredo Garcia? How much money did you get?
I never counted how much money was even in the bag.
As you sit here today, you're telling this jury you never know what your cut was. You
No,
can't
ma'am.
tell them.
No, ma'am, I never counted it.
You spent some of it, didn't you?
I believe so, through
And you,
time,
depo-
yes.
and you deposited some of it into your bank account,
Yes, ma'am.
but you don't know how much yours was.
No, ma'am.
But you do admit that Charlie gave you a check after that from Adelson Institute, right?
The,
He gave you payroll checks from
Yes,
Adelson
ma'am.
Institute, right?
yes, ma'am.
Charlie gave those to you.
No, it was, well, Charlie handed me the checks, yes, ma'am.
Exactly,
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
And you testified that you met Ms. Donna Adelson on one occasion, right?
From what I recall, yes, from the dental office when I went to get work done.
She greeted you when you came for your appointment, basically.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you had your appointment and you paid for the services, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And there's been testimony that Charlie, after that date, that Charlie, after that date, gave you other benefits, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, you and he weren't together anymore, correct?
After,
After the homicide.
no, we were not together, but we were still friendly with each other. We were still,
You're friends, but you went back to Sigfredo, right?
there was a time where I was between Sigfredo and still intimate with Charlie as well.
Besides the one time you had that dental appointment and you saw Mrs. Adelson, you met her, Donna Adelson.
Yes, ma'am.
After that, you never talked to her again, did you?
Not that I can recall, I don't think I've.
You didn't
spoken.
speak on the phone to each other?
No, ma'am.
You didn't text each other?
No, ma'am.
You didn't email each other?
No, ma'am.
You didn't have any other communication of any kind?
No, ma'am.
You didn't meet with her in person?
There's only a time that I saw her, but I didn't meet with her.
Right, exactly. And when you're having these discussions with Charlie Adelson, I'm talking about you and your knowledge. When you're having these discussions with Charlie and then having discussions with Sigfredo, she's not involved in those conversations with you, is she?
No, ma'am, she's not.
Donna did not have any conversations with you, did she?
No, ma'am.
There's no line here, right?
No, ma'am.
Donna had conversations with Charlie.
Yes, ma'am.
Charlie,
object. She wasn't participating in those conversations.
Overruled, I believe the witness earlier testified concerning this very issue. You may continue your examination.
Donna had conversations with Charlie, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Charlie had conversations with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Charlie was the go-between between you and Donna, wasn't he?
Yes, ma'am.
The same way you were the go-between between Charlie and Garcia.
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions.
And there you go.
That was a pretty big mic drop right there,
Mhm.
because that is exactly what they did. I mean, it was very intentional that she didn't have conversations with Donna. That was on purpose.
And that also helps to define the conspiracy.
It does. It does. It helps. You don't have to know what the other hand is doing if you're doing your part.
Yep.
Now, do I fully believe Katherine Magbanua? No. Do I really think Katherine Magbanua did not know how much money she was given? No. I really
Right.
don't.
I mean, give me a break.
I don't know about that. But what we didn't get in here that I wanted to explain is that the money was damp and beginning to mold.
Hmm.
And Katherine calls Charlie and is like, what the hell? This money's all wet. And he said, oh, yeah, my mom washed all of it.
Donna,
She
is that money laundering
laundered
to you?
the money. The money
Yeah.
was all damp because she washed it.
Yeah.
She physically washed and packaged up this money to pay off the hitman.
Yep.
Why she washed it? Is she just dumb as hell? Was she worried about fingerprints? I don't know. Why the fuck would you wash money? That's very weird.
Fingerprints, DNA, who knows?
But that's another connection to all that cash. Why would Donna wash the money?
Right.
And you know who wouldn't wash the money? Charlie. Because I don't think Charlie's ever washed anything in his whole goddamn life. His mother
Yeah.
still has done everything for him, leading right up till the time he went to prison.
Yeah.
Like, if anybody actually physically washed the money, it was Donna.
Oh, yeah. And he told her it
She
was his
was-
mother.
Yeah, he did.
And also, she made it very clear in that testimony who signed all of those payroll checks that she received.
Yes.
And it was Donna. Every
It
single
was
time. I
Donna.
think they said 44 checks she received.
44 checks. Yeah. The forensic accountant was very interesting today and
Mhm.
just confirmed all of that.
Yeah.
That the money was 100%. But one of the things that was interesting is that some of the checks were written in consecutively,
Mhm.
which means that they pre-wrote checks.
Yeah.
And like Charlie would hand Katherine a stack of checks and then told, don't cash them all at once.
Yeah.
But those checks were, they must have been writing like a group of them at a time. And then occasionally there would be a check written that like there were checks in between, which is like what would happen if you were writing out payroll.
Right.
The checks totaled about $18,000 over 20 months.
She got 2 checks a month.
Yeah, she got 2 checks a month that were about $480 a piece. And then there was the car, a Lexus that Harvey sold to Katherine Magbanua. No, it was Harvey's car.
Was it Harvey's car? Okay.
It was Harvey's car. And they've not been able to ever find any money changing hands on that car.
Right. Well, and they told the state that she bought it for $1,700.
$1,700, yeah.
And that car would have probably been worth more, like closer to $20,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course,
So,
Charlie
yeah.
paid for her to get a new rack, too.
Yes, yes. The Tatas
Mm-hmm.
were courtesy of Charlie as well.
I mean, things went down hard for you, Katherine, but at least you have the nicest knockers on the cell block. I mean,
Right? Here's the thing about Katherine. She was offered an immunity deal that she would not have gone to prison if she would roll on her husband. And she didn't.
yep.
And she told the prosecutor that the reason that she didn't is that it was a charge that Garcia could have been facing the death penalty and that she couldn't do that to her children.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that the reason she's telling the truth now is because she hopes to get to see her children again someday.
Mm-hmm.
And the prosecutor made it very clear that there was no deal, that they had not
Yeah.
made any deal or promised her anything,
Mm-hmm.
but that she's hoping by cooperating that may be a reason that she's allowed to see her kids.
Yeah.
It's all really sad and fucked up, very fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, she said she couldn't roll on Sigfredo because he is the father of her children and she didn't want to do that to her kids.
It is wild,
Which
though, how
I
easily she was like,
honestly
oh, you
kinda
need a
buy.
hitman? Right? Yeah. But the fact that she
Right.
was like, oh, you need a hitman? Yeah, I can do that. No problem. Like,
Yeah.
nobody cared that Dan Markel was getting murdered. None
No.
of them.
No one did.
They still don't. It does not faze them.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. The way that they talk about it, the way that, well, and you all said that Luis Rivera, that you think he might have been the most honest witness so far, which it kind of does seem like it. He was very matter of fact. It was, and somebody said it was jarring, and it was really jarring. But it's very possible. But you know, he's the one who did flip on Sigfredo Garcia.
Yeah.
So I found all of that very fascinating.
Yeah.
And with that, Katie, I'm turning the time over to you.
Yeah. So, oh, sorry. I probably just made all of you yawn. I apologize. Rude. Don't know where that came from. Yes, I do. We're at trial coverage. That's where.
That's where. Yep.
So our very last witness today was Tallahassee Police Department Sergeant Christopher Corbett. And he's the phone dump guy. He's the guy who comes in with all the piping hot tea that came out of everybody's phones.
Yeah.
And, oh man, his CV, this guy is accomplished. He is very well qualified to be here. He also, so he brought in quite a bit of stuff. You know how this is, and we've all seen this in so many trials, and since we've sat through so many of them, we all go, boring, you know, when they start all of the explaining Celebrite and cell phone towers and all the techie stuff that the jury needs to know, that we're all like, geez. But That's okay, because
We
the
know
jury
all this,
needs to know
goddammit.
it. Right? Come on, Chris, move it along. But of course, this is for the jury and it's what they need to know. So there was quite a bit of that. And then he started getting into some of the juicier stuff. So I have 6 short clips of things that he said today that I thought were significant. And we're going to start with Harvey's phone.
Power dump were a number of reports with cell phone numbers of cell phones or handsets that were present at those specific locations and times for us to look at or compare. What we also had was a number of CDRs or communication records from various subjects in the investigation. We use analytical software to kind of help us out with this, to crunch large numbers, but we were able to actually compare all of the handsets that were here in Tallahassee around those specific locations and times with all of the records, the phones and the phones that they were communicating with for all of our subjects in the investigation. And what we did find is, and this is slide 19, we did find a common number, this 7. That was a phone number that was present here in Tallahassee around the Premier Health and Fitness that was also in the call detail records for one of the subjects of the investigation.
And was that subject Harvey Adelson?
It was, yes.
And is this Harvey Adelson?
It is, yes.
Okay, and this is an example of his call detail records?
That is correct.
Okay, so Harvey Adelson is the husband of Donna Adelson, father of Charlie Adelson and Wendy Adelson?
Correct.
All right, can you give us more information about this call that you found?
So what we see, and this is just an excerpt, I'm on slide 20, from Mr. Adelson's, Harvey Adelson's call detail records for July 1st of 2014, and we see that 786 number I just spoke about. And this is a good example of
Harvey.
some of the things we see with call detail records. It looks like 3 calls or 3 entries here, but this is actually just one event. And in the records, we also see the kind of the routing or the way they call, like this one that was routed to voicemail, how it kind of traverses through the network. But these are 3 lines, or it looks like 3 events, but this is just one incoming phone call from that 786 number. And again, that was on July 1st of 2014 at 5:20 p.m.
Okay, so here we have this one call on July 1st, 2014. What was the duration of this one call?
The duration is listed as 37 seconds.
And 37 seconds as in, does that include the amount of time that it's taking a phone to ring?
In this case, it does not. They do provide us both a seizure time, which is how long the phone rings or how long it takes to connect, and then an overall duration.
Okay, so a 37-second call. Do we know whether this call was routed to voicemail?
This call indicates that it was routed to voicemail.
Okay, so the 37 seconds, would that include an amount of time for a voicemail to play and an amount of time for a message to be left, if a message was left?
It could, yes.
Was there any other communication in all of the phone records that you have between the 786 number you found and Harvey Adelson's phone?
No.
Who did the 786 number belong to?
So the 786 number belonged to Sigfredo Garcia.
Boom.
Okay.
Isn't that something?
Holy shit.
And that's where their first lead came from.
Wow.
What
That
the
is
hell was that about?
Fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that is a direct connection from the murderer to the family.
Yeah.
But why did that guy have Harvey's number? The only way he could have
Yeah.
had Harvey's number is that Charlie passed it to him in the manila envelope.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Absolutely crazy. Also, is Harvey an unindicted co-conspirator? Because he sure seems like he should be.
I really think he probably is.
Mm-hmm. So let's move on.
Mr. Garcia's frequency report, and again, comparing the numbers that the subjects of the investigation communicated with versus numbers that were physically present in Tallahassee, either around Premier or around Mr.
Oh,
What'd you
Markel's
do?
residence or Creative Preschool. What we did find was this 305 number that was, again, present in Mr. Garcia's records. One of his more frequently contacted numbers was also physically here in Tallahassee.
And who did that number belong to?
That number belonged to Mr. Luis Rivera.
Can we see your next slide of the organizational chart, please? Did anybody in this chart have phone contact with Garcia or Rivera, down at the bottom, during 2014, other than the one 37-second call between Garcia and Harvey Adelson on July 1st, and obviously Katherine Magbanua?
No.
and that's how they made the contact of the second guy.
Yeah. Also, there's more evidence of the conspiracy. They are not speaking to each other.
Yep.
But that's actually not evidence. That is evidence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Text messages in Charlie Adelson's iCloud that referenced that event.
There were.
Okay, and do you have those for us here?
I do. So this is slide 35 now cumulatively, and we see the communication between Mr. Charlie Adelson and Ms. Magbanua.
Okay, so if this is July 2nd, beginning at, is that 9:12 a.m.?
Yes,
So this would be the morning after that voicemail is left on Harvey Adelson's phone
that's correct.
by Garcia.
That's correct.
Can you walk us through these messages?
Certainly. So Charlie Adelson states that this really sucks, and Ms. Magbanua responds in a couple of messages that she doesn't like the fact that someone thinks they can make decisions in her life, and then apologize, and that the leaving messages was retarded and childish.
Okay. And does she say to Charlie Adelson on July 2nd, "I'm sorry, but he's a effing pussy. All that leaving messages is, as you said, and so childish."
Yes,
Okay. But whatever.
but whatever.
Okay.
So we don't know what the message was, but we know it sure pissed everybody off.
Yeah, and we know that Charlie and Magbanua knew it happened.
Uh-huh.
What the hell?
Yeah.
And May 21st of 2013, is this an email from Donna Adelson to Wendy Adelson?
Yes,
Okay, and in this email, does she say, "Wow," exclamation point?
yes,
And says, "He is such a royal jackass. How smart are you to get rid of this piece of S word?" And then types out a screen.
yes.
All right, and is this email signed off on?
It is, with "I love you, Mom."
Were there also emails that showed Donna Adelson's strong interest in Wendy and her sons being able to relocate to Miami?
Yes,
Looking at another May 2013 email next, is this an email from Donna Adelson up top to Wendy?
yes.
And in this email, what did Donna Adelson tell Wendy Adelson is the most important part of her divorce?
So this is slide 42 that we're on now, and we see that the most important part of your divorce is relocation. I sincerely hope your attorney understands that that is your non-negotiable.
In the next slide, does Donna Adelson give Wendy Adelson some ideas of what she should tell the judge about how this is negatively affecting the lives of Donna, Harvey, and Charlie?
Yes, she does.
And this is the mother.
So these are things that Donna wants her to say about, that it's not good for my parents that I can't relocate, as if the judge would care at all, to be honest.
Right. That doesn't have anything to do with the custody agreement.
None at all.
Too bad, so sad. This is about these children
Yeah.
and what's best for them.
But in Donna's world, it's all about Donna all the time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And that's the expectation that everyone else will feel the same way.
Absolutely.
And then finally in this email, does she give details of the financial offer again, the $1 million email?
Yes.
And does she say that, again, that we are planning, me, her, Charlie, and Harvey, and they want her to help too, Wendy Adelson?
That's correct.
And finally, does she say that they are a team and they cannot do this without her help?
She does.
All right, and then how is this email signed off?
Written with hope and love, Mom and Dad.
All right, okay, this is the final email I'm going to show you today, or at all in your presentation. October 12th of 2013. So we've fast forwarded a couple of months now. Looking at this email, what can you tell us about the email chain here as far as who sent the first email, who sent the second email, and who sent the final email?
So what we see here, again, emphasizing kind of on the content about what's being sent, but if we look at the email chain, we can see originally this is an email from Mr. Markell to Wendy Adelson, where Wendy Adelson has forwarded it to the Donna Harvey Gmail account, and then the Donna Sue has forwarded it to Charlie Adelson.
So in Dan Markell's email sent October 10th, the subject is general principles.
That's correct.
And in that email, does he reference that he wants a right of first refusal, an RFR?
That's correct.
What does that mean in this situation, according to him?
In this situation, if what he wanted was that if Wendy was unavailable to take care of the children, that he be given the first right of refusal before Wendy solicited her parents or anyone else to watch the children.
Okay, and then Wendy forwarded that on to the Donna Harvey at Gmail?
That's correct.
And then did Donna Sue then forward that email on to Charlie Adelson?
Yes.
And what did Donna Sue say to Charlie Adelson about the contents of everything that she'd forwarded to him?
That Mr. Markell was absolutely crazy and impossible, emphasized.
So this effer is sending this to your sister on a regular basis. He is absolutely crazy. She defines RFR and she says impossible in all caps and exclamation points.
Yes.
All right, so the date of this email, is this October 12th of 2013?
Yes.
So she's sending this to Charlie Adelson, this information about how impossible Dan Markell's being, what he's doing to Charlie Adelson's sister, about 2 weeks before Halloween of 2013?
Yes, a little 2.5 weeks.
Okay. Judge, I've got a few text messages next, and then we're going to go into all of the location information. So I could go probably another 15 to 20 minutes and get through the text, or we could.
Okay. First of all, the first right of refusal, that's not crazy. That's normal.
Right.
That's very
just your
typical.
right as a parent. Yeah.
The fact that she was that pissed off about that, it's like the only thing Dan could do that would have made Donna happy is to just go away. That's it.
Right. Right. There was no right answer here.
No.
Other than Dan just disappeared.
Right. But for Dan to say, hey, if you have the kids and you need to leave them with a sitter, that should be me, not your parents. That's normal. Completely normal.
Right. That is to be expected.
Absolutely. All right, last clip here with Charlie.
Slide 66, as we continue into slide 67 with the rest, she indicates, Donna Adelson indicates that she's on the way back to Wendy's house with only one of the children, and Charlie responds, I bet, let's talk this week.
Okay, so she doesn't go into any more detail here, but she's describing how stressed Wendy is, and that's causing Dad a lot of stress, and it's just awful for her too.
That's correct.
And this would have been at that same time, or around the same time as the last email, about 2 weeks before Halloween.
Correct.
All right, so let's go to October 30th of 2013, so the day before Halloween of 2013. Here is does Donna Adelson say that she just got a text from Wendy casually mentioning that she's moving ahead with the purchase of a house that she liked. I guess she wants to do it before a certain date when she goes to England. And what does Charlie Adelson say?
That she had never told me. She never told me, meaning Wendy had not told her.
How does the conversation go after that? Is Charlie for this or against this?
Against it. He's asking Donna Adelson why Wendy would do it, and ask, of course, if Mr. Markell has given permission, all of those things.
Okay, and what's next? Is he afraid that Dan Markell will hold this against Wendy Adelson? Like basically like, well, now you've purchased a home here.
He would, yes.
And use it as leverage.
Correct.
I mean, that's how they talk about their little star, Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the way they're talking about her behind her back. She's really stupid. What the hell is she doing? She casually mentioned she was buying a house because she was trying to get some autonomy from her mother and from Charlie because they only had one thing in mind for her.
Right.
Yeah.
They did, but then at the same time, she's still telling them everything she's doing.
Yeah. Absolutely. The relationships in this family are so unhealthy.
Oh,
and
they
so
are. They're
weird.
so messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But see, Donna is constantly reaching out to Charlie with all of her upset and overwhelm about everything that's happening in Wendy's life. It's really gross. But
well, and that then gets passed along to the hitmen.
Yes.
As though Dan Markell is doing something terrible. And Dan Markell is just desperately trying to assert his rights to see his own children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Crazy.
It's wild. Yep. So, at any rate, that's what happened today. So he'll be back on the stand in the morning, and then be subject to cross. Is he going to be the
guy with the wiretaps? I wonder who's got the wiretaps.
I don't think so. What's coming up next is locations, which is a real snoozer, but necessary.
It is, but important.
Yes. Yeah, so that's what's coming up first thing in the morning. So they told the jury to be there at 8:45, which is 6:45 here in True Crime Squad world. So we'll be here then. This morning they said we're going to start at 9. So we started our stream at 9, and then as it turned out, they actually had a hearing before that. That wasn't a super big deal, but we were like, oh, well, okay, Judge, we're showing up early then.
Yeah.
So
I know, yeah. Man, this guy is the most punctual judge I've ever seen.
Yeah. Interesting. Amy said there was an accusation that Donna was trying to pay inmates to have some people roughed up, including her son Rob. Don't know if it's coming in. We'll see when the snitches testify later. Jesus.
Well, yeah, there's some fairly recent phone recordings is what I've heard. So we'll see.
Yep. Unreal. So that's where we are.
Pretty crazy. But we're slowly, I think, condensing down, getting closer to Donna.
Yep.
The financial stuff hit Donna pretty hard today. So did Katherine Magbanua, I think, just talking about how she would talk to Charlie, Charlie would talk to Donna, Donna would talk to, or Charlie would talk to Katherine kind of thing. I think that connection needed to be made, even if we're not totally sure we can trust Katherine Magbanua. That stuff, I think we could.
Yeah.
So we shall see what else we're gonna get. But man, this has been a hell of an interesting trial already.
It really has, for sure. Well, and it is interesting that the two hitmen and Catherine's trials led up to Charlie's. And Charlie's really led up to Donna's arrest. So are we leading up to Wendy's arrest? Because my God, this is damning.
Or Harvey's arrest?
Or Harvey's arrest.
What the hell?
Is 5 convictions
did
enough? Or are they going to
Garcia
go for
call
some
Harvey?
more?
I mean,
Dan deserves all the justice.
He
Yeah.
absolutely does. And if these people were involved, they shouldn't be on the street. They are dangerous.
They should all pay. And also, they shouldn't get to be out enjoying Dan's kids. It pisses me off to no end. You know, Katherine had kids whose both of their parents are in prison for murder.
Right.
Dan's
Charlie
kid.
has a child.
Charlie now has a child. Yeah. Nobody has given a fuck about the kids. They haven't. They haven't. This has never been
No.
about the kids and their well-being at all.
Not in the least. No,
Yep.
it's disgusting.
Yep.
It just breaks my heart for Dan's kids, though,
Mm-hmm.
because they've lost most of their family and
Yeah.
about to lose more.
Yeah. But for 10 years after their dad's murder, they were being coddled and loved on by who? The killers!
Yeah. I know, it's crazy.
Awful. Right? The kids should be with Rob or with the other grandparents in Canada. Agree. Agree. Donna is supposed to take the stand. Donna is supposedly taking the stand to testify that she was terrified of the hitmen because she thought that they were in some Floridian gang, that their lives were in danger due to these people or something like that. Yeah, there's some serious bullshit that's going to come through
there
from
was
her.
some attempts at blackmail after the fact, but dude,
Mm-hmm.
what were you doing associating with them in the first place?
Yeah.
You guys arranged this, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. All righties. Well, that's what I've got.
Wild. Alrighty, well, that's everything we have. So we will be back at 8:40 Eastern tomorrow morning. 6:40 Mountain.
Indeed.
5:40 Pacific. We'll be here. So,
Sorry about it.
yeah, well, we won't be here. We'll be over on our Trials channel, and we'll be
Yes.
back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. for 6 p.m. Mountain for the summary again. So
Yes.
let's see where we're gonna get with this. See if the Wicked Witch of Florida finally gets her comeuppance, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you know it. We are the True Crime Squad. Thanks for being here.
Take care.
Season 6, we're back again. Kristi and Katie, your crime time friends. Stories, justice, laughs collide. True Crime Squad, come join the ride. Grab the clues, let's take a stand. For victims' voices, hand in hand. True Crime Squad, it's time to shine. Season 6, your turn, your time. True Crime Squad, where justice meets hilarity.